Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back, or welcome to another Bangs Audio review. Wow, 2 in a day. That's a little crazy. You know, I'll tell you what, I have a lot of respect for people, specifically people that do the long format and manage to pump out 2, 3, and 4 of these a day, because it's not easy. It's not easy to just do 2, 3, 4, 5. That's crazy. That's crazy. So anyway, yeah, I get it now. It's not easy. It sure is a hell of a lot of fun, but not super easy. So, as promised, because y'all seem to really kind of like my DAC amp reviews, dongle DACs, desktop stuff. Like seems to be a lot of views on those. Maybe it's because not as many people are doing them, and maybe there aren't as many people doing them because there's definitely two schools of thought whether they actually make a difference or not. I happen to think that they do, but some people think that they don't. Some people think that or the difference is negligible. I personally find it, to my ears, to be quite significant, and we will go through how the Dunu DTC800 dongle DAC amp compares to some of the other dongle DACs that I have and some of the desktop amps that I have and DAC amps. It is it's tiny, I can tell you that. Like I can't believe that it's this small. Let's get a comparison here. Let's see. Here's the Onyx Alpha 11T1. I'll try to take it out of its protective case here. So yeah, I mean, significantly small. God, fingerprint magnets, these things, I swear. But yeah, significantly smaller. And interestingly, they almost put out the same amount of power through the balanced output. In fact, I'll just get into the specs so that you guys, we can get through that part so we can have some fun with the compare and contrast. This guy is dual DAC chip, so it's the Cirrus Logic CS431982, and then the op amp chipset is the S as in Sam, SGM as in Mary 8262 Mark II. Signal to noise ratio, as I hope you don't mind, I'm reading it right off of the website here. 125 decibels single-ended, 126 on the balanced. Total harmonic distortion, like 0.0002%. Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to be hearing that. Single-ended output, 3.5. You're looking at 180 milliwatts at 32 ohms, and a whopping 450 milliwatts at 32 ohms of the balanced side. Decoding, PCM up to 32384, DSD up to 256 native, and then you've got your USB Type-C interface, and balanced and single-ended on the output. For something so small, boy, it sure really got a lot going on. That rating is too small for me to see, but there is actually Dunu on that faceplate. The back side has a much easier to read Dunu logo all over it, and inside of the box, I believe you can order this in Lightning. This unit in particular was sent to me by Dunu for review, so I'd like to say thank you to Dunu for doing that for me. This came along with the Titan S2. That being said, of course, all thoughts and opinions are of my own. They're of my own, or are my own? They are my own. I learned English good. Yeah, so you've got a nice C2C here, and then you've got the adapter should you need it for your laptop or desktop, so you can plug it in straight to the old computer if you want to. I like that. I think it's a nice thing to have. I think it's nice that they include it. I think it's nice that they still, and I'll double check that for you, but I think they still include the Lightning option. At least it was in the pictures. Let's see if I bring it up here. Let's see. Yep, DTC800 or DTC800 Lightning. The Lightning is $10 more because it's getting old and in the way, but that's okay. I'm sure it's a nice quality cable because that's a nice quality cable. I use the Shanling, of course, when I used it with my phone, because the Shanling is my cure-all for my Lightning port blues. I'll leave the Onyx out here because it, one of the comps was with the Onyx. It really compared very favorably. Same price range. The nice thing about the Onyx is you do have the screen. I don't know if is it just LED or LCD, or it might even actually be OLED, but you've got the display screen on it, obviously when it's plugged in and powered up. That, to me, that might be the only advantage if you care. If you care about seeing your, bit depth and how come I can't think of the word? Well, anyway, your kilohertz, your sample rate. There it is. Then that's a little bit more geeky in that respect. But on strictly on a sound quality and sort of stylistic sound quality and sound style, sound signature, they're almost dead even. I think that this is maybe, the Onyx Alpha has maybe just got a touch of warmth to it. The DTC800 is straight transparent. Very crispy highs and very, if you've got soundstage in your IEMs or even your headphones, then it's not going to, what the heck? It's not going to constrain that in any way at all. So, really good technical performance. Like I said, very transparent, very true. Like you're going to hear your phones, whether they're earphones or headphones, as they're supposed to be heard. And they sound excellent. So, power-wise, you've got the 500 or 500 or 480. Oh, jeez, I think it was 480. Now that let's see here. I'll get back down here so we be accurate about it. Come on, specs. At least I can show you the screen while I'm scrolling through. 450 milliwatts out of 32 ohms, and the Onyx Alpha is 500, so a tiny bit more on the Onyx. I wouldn't say enough to be game-changing, but a tiny bit more. IEMs tested on this were a couple of the IV IPQ sets, one of them by accident. I actually took the Kermeng with me to the grocery store instead of the Star Dragon, which is going to be reviewed shortly. And the Kermeng is their bone conduction unit, and it's gone. Like, it's nowhere. It's not on the IV IPQ store page anymore on AliExpress. So I don't know if that is a temporary thing, if it's sold out, if it's discontinued. I don't have the backstory as to why it's not available, but it's not. I will do a review of that, a review and comp with the similarly priced Plutus Beast from Canera Celeste. As an aside, sorry about that. We're kind of all over the place here, but like I said, I never do two of these in one day, so apologies. Also, worked with the Tipsy Spica 260, which sounded great through these. Actually, I feel like it might have helped boost that treble just a little bit more to balance the set out, because that set is very, very, very mid-bass focused. Yeah, so it kept it nice and clean with that. Also, the Meze 99 Classics, I did some, full-size headphones, over-ear headphones, to see how it would do. So those sounded nice, clean, clear, accurate, as they do sound on their own, normally, through whatever source. Through on the 100mm planar Moondrop Venus to see how it would handle that, and it did. I think even though I think this is only like 18 ohms, the real test were the Sennheiser HD 660S2s, which I previously reviewed, and it was a bit of a struggle. I'm not saying like they got loud enough. They didn't sound quite right. I think it was really kind of pushing the envelope for the DTC800 to try to push these to their potential. These sound much better. I'm just going to say it, much better coming out of the X Duo or coming out of the Fio or coming out of either of the SMSLs, you gotta. I feel like you gotta have some power, and I don't really know. Like, yeah, maybe not. I mean, I'm not saying you couldn't listen to them with the DTC800, but there are better options. I'll just put it that way. I would go with desktop. Anytime you're talking about 300 ohms, I feel like going desktop is really the way to go. Anything else up there? No, because I really wanted to test the higher. I wanted to test the planar, and I wanted to test the higher impedance. Yeah, so that was that. And I did go out of balance for both of them to get the most power available. It wasn't a bad experience, you know. Like if that was the only thing you had, you certainly could, you know, use it to enjoy it, you know, to enjoy your phones. But like I said, I would probably recommend going with a desktop, more powerful unit for those types of headphones. I don't see that there's an IEM that these won't handle, and handle well, and handle accurately, and give, you know, enough power to boost things that scale well to their potential. Insofar as the in-ears go, really just, it's a fantastic unit. It's tiny. I mean, this is like, there's no reason you can't put this in your pocket with your phone or your player. You won't even know it's there. It's so small. You know, it's just, it's great. What they're doing these days in this size and this, you know, dongle DAC arena is just pretty incredible. I mean, look at this, right? I mean, I understand that the Q3 has its own power bank, and so does the Hip DAC 2, and that's why there's a lot more mass to it. But that also can be a drawback because it's not, I mean, it's pocketable, but it's bulky as all get out. So, I mean, convenience-wise, yeah, it's going to drain your phone battery. It is. It's going to drain it faster. But I've got an old iPhone 13 Pro Max, and it didn't drain it not nearly as much as the Onyx Alpha, and did not get as warm as the Onyx Alpha. So maybe it's the 50 milliwatts difference, or maybe it's just better implementation of the DAC chips and the op-amp chips. Not really sure why. It did get a little warm. I'm not saying it stayed cool, but not as warm as this guy did. I do like the coloration of the Onyx Alpha a bit more for my own personal preferences. But if you want straight, clean, transparent, crispy, delicious, like awesome treble especially, and solid bass, and definitely solid mids. I mean, it's going to, you know, it's not going to give a heck of a lot more performance to your earphones. Like, you know, you're not going to take a, you know, $10 set of earphones and make them sound like 150 with this, but they will definitely present them in as good a way as possible. We'll just put it that way. It's not going to take anything away from whatever you're listening to. I like it. I think it's a solid product for $100. For everything that you get, for the performance, for the chipset, for the decoding ability, for the power, for having both single and, you know, balanced. Oh yeah, the little light there, it goes different colors depending on your source. So there's a different color for PCM, DSD, and there was one other one. It's like red. Oh yeah, if it's red, that means you've got the VRM boost engaged, so it'll go from 2 to 4. If you want that extra power, you just hold down the positive side, the plus side of the volume for a second, and the volume's just right here on the side. That's all. Just 2 buttons, up and down volume. But yeah, you can engage a power boost should you so desire. So yeah, there's that too. And I did use that with the more, you know, with the over-ear headphones to see if it would help, and it did seem to help a little bit, driving the bigger headphones. But yeah, not a complaint. Price is good. You know, I trust that it's going to last a while because it's Dunu and they have pedigree and they make good stuff and it's always solid. And I may not, you know, well, let's say there's only one set from them, one product that I haven't liked, and that was the Kima. So, you know, I mean, that's not bad. You can't hit a home run every single time, but at least they're trying to. Anything else on here that I need to tell you guys about? No. No, it's solid. It's a highly recommended. It's like, it's perfect for your phone or your player, your pocket. Like, it's just, there's not one bad thing about this that I can come up with. So yeah, highly recommended. I'll link the Dunu official store in the description for you on AliExpress. Of course, that's unaffiliated. And you know, have at it. You want to wait for the 11/11 sales? They're coming up real quick. I actually think there might be like a coupon activity kind of sale going on right now, like there is every 2 weeks on Ali. So you can probably get this for closer to 90 than 100 if you're going USB-C, and closer to 100 than 110 if you're in Lightning Land like I am. So yeah, that's gonna wrap it for the Dunu DTC800. It is a recommend, highly recommended for sure. Really nice little unit. And don't forget, if you've got an older iPhone, to get your Shanling L3 cable. You can get it on Amazon for 20 bucks. If you're having trouble with your connection, it'll be the best 20 bucks you've ever spent. Ish, maybe. Alright folks, that's it for now. Unless I get like super excited and try to do something else later today, I don't think I'm going to. It's 10 minutes to 6. And we gotta eat dinner. So I'm gonna leave you with that. Be careful, be safe, be nice. Love y'all, nothing but peace to you, and see you in a couple of days. I think we're going to go ahead and do the IVIPQ Star Dragon 2DD. Oh yeah, there's the Karameng again. I'm going to put this someplace else. 2 DDs, 4 BAs, a la the Dunu X Gazadio Da Vinci. Same config. See how it stacks up at half the price. Alright, that's it. Catch you later. Peace.